J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I'm going to talk about BMF Season 2, a little bit about what's going on in Season 2. And B. Mickey, we saw he was in tears. Coach Cop, you know what I'm saying, headquarters, you know what I'm saying, because that head is bigger than the mug. He got all the damn, you know what I'm saying, troops up in that mug. Coach headquarters, Coach, you know what I'm saying, Cop, shady, milk dud head, done left this boy in the trunk like an old gym bag at the YMCA when you leave the damn swimming trunks in the bag and the trunk come out mildewed and funky. He come out the trunk in tears, find out, dear mama, mama's gone. That means war. You want to play war? I'm ready for war. You want to do this? I am ready for war. I need to follow the chocolate. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it is definitely about to be on. Before I go ahead, I give a shout out to the people that's in here live watching. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Damian Kenny, a few other people's, Black Pride, Edith. Appreciate all y'all for coming through. Cheryl, D Weave, and you know, more that's watching. Appreciate y'all for coming through. So we saw in the last BMF that not only did we find out that B Mickey, who bagged him up in the Glad bag, like he was, you know what I'm saying, it's a dirty diaper. We found out that he been in the trunk for a couple days, and Coach Cop, you know what I'm saying, he's had him, he was wondering where the dope was. B Mickey, of course, he didn't have none, didn't have any answers for Detective Bryant. And so what he ended up doing to get revenge was lead this dude in the trunk of the car. And the one thing that was interesting is that the narration was saying that just like Dope Boys and the cops, ain't neither one of them all good or all bad. So what that meant was pretty much, yeah, B Mickey really ain't a bad dude. He in a bad situation where he came up in a city where he probably didn't have the best education, or didn't take education seriously, or have people to help him take education seriously, and probably got involved in the street life like a lot of people do, because it's the neighborhood you live in and you was broke and different things happen. Nevertheless, you know, he has killed people. He's been in the dope game, so he has done a lot of things, but then he is a mama's boy, love his mama. He does love his friends, and he did have love for Kato. But the love for his friends was stronger. Meech, he knew them longer. But it's messing with his head now that he knows that she was pregnant. I mean, it was messing with his head already. So, you know, life is tricky that way. No one person is all the way bad for the most part, and no one person is all the way good, and it's different levels. So we ain't always out here killing and doing that, or stealing and robbing, but to a different level. So anyway, we see Bryant, and this is going to be the key. He didn't take B Mickey into the station. He left him in the trunk of the car. Why? Because he never registered him as a CI, which is a confidential informant. He's been using him off the books, basically, meaning that the police and the police station, and nobody knows that B Mickey is helping him. And B Mickey actually has no protection if people found out that he was snitching to the cops and working with them. He couldn't get him witness protection or any help because he's never been registered. They don't know what intel he's been providing or not. And so that's going to backfire now, because we saw on the previews for the last episode that Meech was talking to him, and he was saying, did Bryant ever take you in and register you as a CI? Meaning that if something was to happen to Bryant and you did it, there's no way technically they can link it back to you, which I think is gonna really, really backfire on Bryant. And I know everybody thinks that his son will get killed, or Jen. I'm not gonna disagree with that necessarily. But I will say that maybe before his son gets killed, B. Mickey may beat his son up. Y'all, hey, I'm telling y'all, I don't know who else is out there. I don't watch other people's theories and videos. But what I do think is, what up, Miss Smith? How you doing, Miss Smith? Chi-Town in the building. Always. You see, I always got to rock my Bulls. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if B. Mickey beat up his son. He already beat up them dudes. He know his son's name because he says stay away from him. He know what school he go to. B. Mickey will probably beat up Bryant's son, which will then really make Bryant mad. Oh, man. And that might make Bryant's son want to carry that gun and go get that gun, because he got that ad whoop. Okay, this is not a comic. Hold on. What would superhero man do? He'd get a gun. Click clack. What up, B. Mickey? And he might get shot pulling that gun on the wrong person, or a cop shooter. Anything can happen with that gun, and he has it. Because one thing that a real gun owner knows is that it's very dangerous to have an inexperienced person handling a weapon. That's very dangerous. So if you're a real gun owner, you will know I'm right. And so you don't want that little boy running around with no damn gun. What the hell he know about a gun? Let alone if he try to upstrap on somebody, he about to get blasted. And I think that might be how Bryant's son gets killed, is that the wrong person may either see him with that strap, or he may pull it on the wrong person, because B. Mickey gonna whoop his ass, and then he might pull it on them other boys or something, because they may try him again, and something may go wrong. He may get caught at school with it, maybe. Nobody gets shot, but caught at school with the gun. And next thing you know, they of course, got to call the police, call Bryant. They're going to find the gun. They're going to run tests on it. Where you get the gun? My dad. Of course, he going to say that. And Bryant going to be like, oh, snit. Lip hit the floor for real. Look at that lip. Oh, shit. I know you ain't. Oh. But then again, you know what? Much as that sounds like a good plausible theory and it's funny to me, I don't think that happens, because if that happened, he wouldn't be on the police force no more. He'd lose his job. And I hate that they showed us in the first episode that he's still on the police force. So I'm going to throw that out the window. Because anything that would lead to Bryant being off the police force, is not going to be a real theory. And that's how I break stuff down. So somehow, some way, that gun cannot be found. Because if that gun is found, then they will do some type of research and they will say, well, how was it found? And then it will lead to Bryant and he will lose his job, which is why I don't think his son will shoot himself with that gun or anybody else. I know everybody keeps seeing the gun and we all keep saying that, but you heard it here. I don't know how many other people heard it, but out of the few shows that I have watched and been on, which is very few, this is the first time I'm hearing this. And I'm saying it now, that nothing is going to happen with that gun with Bryant, and that gun would be Mickey, because if it did, then it would tie back to Bryant and he would lose his job. The only thing that can happen with that gun is somehow, some way, it's whatever happens, it doesn't get back to anyone. You see what I'm saying? So if he used it and then used it as a throwaway or something. But if his son shot somebody, then what? His son don't know about no throwaway unless Bryant there and come save the day and what, throw away the gun or switch it. But then the calibers wouldn't match and all kind of, you see what I'm saying? There would be a lot of different things that would have to happen. So when you think about it that way, I don't think anything is going to happen with that gun and that safe. I know they keep showing it, and I know they making us all think they foreshadowing something. But what could happen and this man's still on the job 20 years later? Like, how many of you all, let me know if you disagree with me. Put a 1B. If you think Bryant's son could shoot somebody with that damn gun that B. Mickey had, and it doesn't come back to Bryant somehow, where'd the gun come from, kid? They're going to ask him how'd he get a gun, whatever he do with the gun, whether even if he shot himself, then who going to explain how he got the gun and shot himself? Where'd it come from? So that question right there is the first question, and that's the easiest question to ask, and that's the hardest one. If he say, my dad, boom, where you get the gun, this, that, and the other, they gonna run the test. They find out it's the JAYMO murder weapon or whatever, or whoever he killed with it, Kato. How in the hell is this man still on the job? So put a 1B if you think Bryant would still be able to keep his job if that gun was used by his son. Put a 1B if you think Bryant was able to keep his job if that gun was used by his son. Put a 2B if you think that the only way that gun, if he could still be on the job, is if he may have had did something and threw it away. But if his son did anything with that gun, it's going to trace back to him. There's no way he can keep that job. So all the theories that people got, they may sound great, this, that, and the other, but I don't agree with them because they already showed us the man got a job still. And if his son killed himself or killed somebody else or shot that gun or did anything, police would be involved. They would ask about the gun, this, that, and the other. And it ain't no way in the world this man gonna still be working as no detective unless they just oversight and just put this in and made this up and didn't think about that part. So I'm gonna go with a 2B. All right, let's see. You got a 2B for Cheryl, Edith 2B, Damien 2B. Yeah, like how could he keep his job? I don't get it. So maybe something may still happen with the son. I just don't think it's gonna be with that gun. Unless maybe the son shot B. Mickey and Bryant was there and took the gun and did something there. It's got to be something where nobody else could be around. Because if he did something at school or shot himself or did any of that, that's a big problem. But if he found B. Mickey one-on-one or something and shot him and Bryant was there and was there to cover it up and they was able to get away or something, I mean, it's got to be something really extreme and rare. Otherwise, I don't see how that's going to happen. Now, as far as B. Mickey trying to get revenge, I think Bryant is too much of a target for him. I think somebody asked me on the comments, I might have missed it earlier, that here it is, Cheryl, did Bryant have B. Mickey's mom moved and that's why she died? That's an excellent question. And I watched the episode a couple times and it did not say that she was moved. I didn't look at some previous episodes to see like what it looked like before she was moved and then what it looked like now. So I don't know if anybody else knows in the comments, let me know, but I do not think she was moved because he went back to, I believe, the same place. He didn't go to the old place. At least we only saw him go to one place. So if we'd have saw him go one place and they like, she's no longer here, she checked out or something like that, you know, then we'd have known, man, then she was moved. But we only saw him go to one place and they told him that she was dead 2 days ago. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to say Bryant did not have her moved because 2 days ago he was put in the trunk. Or maybe, I don't know how long he was in the trunk. We know she died 2 days ago and he also missed the funeral. So we know he was in there a minimum of 2 days, could have been there maybe up to 3. I mean, any more than 3 days, he would have died. You can't be there without 3 days without water or food sitting there tied up. You could last, I think, in life, what they say, up to 7 days without food, you could live. But I think you can't live more than 3 days without water. How long can you live without water? I know everybody here is a bunch of smart people. Y'all let me know. How long could he have lived in that trunk without water and food? So I think he could not have been in that trunk more than 3 days or his ass would have been dead too. Bryant almost probably killed him if he didn't figure out to get out of there eventually. So I think that she wasn't moved and that it's just that she was so sick. It's just coincidental that she died then, and that that's what make it so bad is that she was like so touch and go, and every day was precious, and taking even a day or 2 days away turned out to be very, very precious because she died. I mean, if you think about it, she was dying when he was getting put in the trunk, probably. So, you know, I don't know. Don't forget to throw in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. I definitely appreciate it. All the shout out to everybody, the 50 plus people watching live right now. I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through, spending your night with me. It could be anywhere. I'm glad you're here. And so definitely don't forget to throw in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. Let's see. Black Pride said the same way they had B. Mickey in the trunk, then all of a sudden 2 days later he able to just break out. The riding wild sometimes, LOL. It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, how long could you really be in the trunk? He done pissed on himself, pooped on himself. He be sticky. He came out the truck. Help me. He's looking like old boy at RoboCop that fell in the damn acid with the ears. Help me. He like, get away from me, man. That's how he came out smelling like boo-boo and dookie. Dookie. Be sticky. Miss Smith, I thought the same, that Bryant's no good, but moved B. Mickey mom moved and that caused her death. And that would be a surprise if Bryant did that. He mean and low enough to do so. I think Bryant would move her though, but I think it just didn't happen yet. So I'm not gonna give Bryant a pass in the sense that I don't think he wouldn't do it and he ain't dirty enough. I agree with Miss Smith that he is mean and low enough to do so. And I think he will. I just think it just didn't happen. Like, say a couple weeks went by, he'd be like, all right, enough of this. I'm tired of this mom right here. I'm not put out on the street. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it ain't enough room on this lip for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, no good. So I wouldn't put it past him. You know, and Hazel Sweets, shout out to Hazel Sweets. You said, do you think Bryant caused B Mickey's mom death? That's a good one. I didn't think about that one and that angle. But I don't think he did, actually. I don't even think he went over there and said nothing to her or bothered her. I think it's just coincidental. And he will blame Bryant for missing those days because she was so touch and go, you know. But I don't think Bryant did nothing to expedite it. Black Pride say you could live around 3 days, maybe less, than that sitting inside a trunk. Yeah, LOL. So see what I'm saying? You can't, the human, plus bent all up like that, you'll be surprised how hard it is on your body to be bent up like that for 3 days. And you hungry and you can't use the bathroom. You're going to use it on yourself and all of that and stuff. And man, woo. Miss Smith says supposedly 5 to 7 days at most. Most folks 3 to 5 days without water. Agua, wawa. That's how you got that agua, that wawa. Yeah, they say you could live 5 to 7 days without food and 3 to 5 without, you know, wawa. Jocelyn, what's up, Miss Jocelyn? She say, I knew I love you, Jay. We drink the same kind of beer. They got that silver bullet, baby. Got to take down the werewolf. That's my advertising. So when I get a sponsorship, they can go and hit me up. I'll be just like the movie Silver Bullet. They'd be like, damn, the boy in the wheelchair grown up. And you see my little fat ass running. Shoot, I'd be drinking. Where that werewolf at? I don't even know how many of y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. How many of y'all know about that movie Silver Bullet? Who made that? Who wrote that movie? If y'all know about that, you let me know. Y'all got a lot of great comments. Let me see if I can get to some of these. And then y'all put in about Silver Bullet. Don't Google it. Malik say about a week without water, but you can go indefinitely without food. Just ask Gandhi. Gandhi was withering away, bro. He really wasn't on a hunger strike. They were fake. He drank goat's milk, which had proteins that can make you live. That's true, but Gandhi was falling apart. He damn near turned to bones, bro, and got weak. Yeah. Black Pride, what up, what up? Say me and Mark Dark been working overtime. Hey, man, to be honest with you, I feel like I've been not working hard enough, man. I've been having so much going on behind the scenes. I've been behind, but I definitely trying to catch up. And, you know, I've been doing The Last of Us, Godfather Harlem. I'm behind on that. Your Honor. Damn, I'm behind on that. I got to do Bel Air. It's so many movies, so much stuff, man. It went from a dry month or two to now it's wet. Can you get it wet? It's got that wet. So we go ahead and do it right here. Kamara Ferdinand. What's up, Kamara Ferdinand? It said, why put them in the trunk? That's a good idea and a good question. Why put them in the trunk? This is why, and I'll tell you why. Because when he left him in the trunk, he kind of put him in a place he couldn't get out of and was trapped. But if he really, really worked at it, he could get out of it. So technically, I left you for dead, but actually I didn't. You see what I'm saying? And that's on you. You should have tried harder. And that's how he could justify it in his head. This boy said, Ray Caruth. Ray Caruth. Ray Caruth hid in the trunk for about an hour until he got caught. You know, he out of jail now. And the son is like grown and stuff. Ray Caruth. All right, man. So much happened in this last episode. See, I'm getting liquidated over here. What beer y'all drink? Let me know in the comments what beer you drink. And I'll put it up there. If you don't drink, let me know what you do like to drink. Hey, everybody don't have to drink alcoholic beverage. Anyway, all right, I'm about to talk about that's right. That's that twister right there, Mr. Jones. Get away. So the other thing that I really liked about this episode was the way Meech operated. Meech operated like a boss the entire episode. And I really, 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 really love that, man. I really love that about this episode, man. There's so many people that say they a boss. I operate like a boss. I'm doing this. I got this, that. And they don't. They're not, man. And it's just so many things. It's just sad, you know? And it was just a beautiful example of seeing that. Like one way you can see some people, like if you don't see somebody really recognizing that, like, man, woo. But then some people will glorify like a Tariq. Tariq and Meech are the total opposites. Like you see a sneaky, conniving, backstabbing person. And if that's something that's honorable or somebody looking up to, whereas Meech is a stand-up dude, come straight to you, man up, the definition of, and deal with business. It doesn't matter if that conversation may feel like it may get testy or not. You never know till you have it. I've been in them situations. I've had a situation even today. You always have to man up in life. People say that, no, put your big boy pants on, put your big girl panties on, this, and so many people don't do it. And I just love how we saw that this episode. Before I go ahead and show a couple of them little clips about him operating like a boss. And this is why BMF was able to become what it was. If I didn't know this was real, I might not believe it, to be honest with you. I probably wouldn't believe some of this. Like, man, they too young to be like this. Like, man, really? Like, damn. He's just so advanced for so young of an age. Like, it just would not seem realistic to me. But this is true, and that just is like, wow. This is like a wow to me of how he was able to do this at such a young age. His wisdom and his maturity level is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? If this was like a Mortal Kombat and you looking at his stats on the back of the card, you know what I'm saying? He may not have high in power. He ain't the biggest and the buffest, at least not then. Or he may not have all these other attributes, but charisma and, you know what I'm saying, the gift of gab and being able to, you know what I'm saying, handle these tough conversations and difficult individuals, that would be off the charts. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, definitely love this one right there. We got Juan Blaze up in here, Coca Bud, Sweet Tea for Queen Brielle. Black Pride don't drink beer. Got the Henny. That's what I'm talking about. I got the Henny up here. Coke Zero for Edith. Got the Absolute Vodka, baby, with a slash with lime and a splash of OJ for Stephanie. Hennessy and Coke, Cheryl. You see, I got the hen doggy dog right there behind. When you come over, we gonna have a shot, all right? You know what I'm saying? So you say Uncle Sam, Uncle Sam Adams, Dame Kenny. So, you know what I'm saying? Meech, man. It says, Share My Love said, Meech looks at every opportunity. Charles will be indebted to him now. I agree with the first part. I don't think that, though. I disagree with you on the second part. So I do agree that Meech sees every opportunity and looks for every opportunity. I agree with you 1,000%. But I don't think Charles is going to be indebted to him because Meech ain't a snitch. And he won't tell his mama what's going on. And him and his daddy barely see each other now. So he won't come over there like, all right, you owe me. Like, it's nothing his dad could do for him. He got more money than him. He don't live with him. He don't need nothing. The only thing I can see him doing is if they have a conversation and he'd be like, even though he don't really need to do this because the mama won't meet you around. It's that Charles was the one that kicked him out. So maybe he might be like to his dad, hey, can I come to the Sunday dinner? You know what I'm saying? I think that type of stuff may go down. But I don't think he might like hold it over him and say something to the effect of you know, you owe me, or I'm a lookout, or blase skippy whoop de whoop. I don't think none of that. But I do think that he might get some of that food. Now, one thing where I was going with Meech and operating like a G is, of course, it was many ways. In many ways, this episode, which I really liked. So, of course, speaking of old Chuck, ready to, you know what I'm saying? What did he say on Kill Bill? My name is Chuck, and I'm here to got the pussy wagon. So we see Chuck having a good old time. He like, girl, I ain't been with no two women at the same time. What, I look like a freak? Are you? Are you? Show me something, baby. Woo, woo. Started juggling them bazoombas. Digga, 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 digga. Motorboat. Chuck ain't know what the hell. He done had only missionary for 20 years. He like, oh my God, I ain't had it from the back, from the side. You shaking them things. I got two at the same time, so I could put it in one, take it out, and put it in the other, and then take it out and put it back in that. Oh my, oh my. Oh, you done turned me out, inside out, upside down. Girl, you turned me. So, Chuck having a good old time, but he knows how he's operated. He knows that he's carried himself as a man of God in his house. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm not going to say because he looked at some big old, bucket neckies, that don't mean that he ain't with God. I mean, every time he looking at it, he's saying, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, he getting more in touch with the Lord than ever before. I mean, how many prayers he's saying now? He's saying more prayers than ever before. So ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm saying that he been telling his kids and raising his kids. And see, this is one thing about kids. They don't understand. As a parent and as an adult, we are trying to teach you the right way. And we want you to do good in life and better than us. Even if we was a billionaire, we'd want you to do great things still. That's just the role of a parent, how you would feel. But if I'm telling you don't smoke, that's because I know that smoking is not good for you and this, that, and the other. How do I know? Because I have the habit. But that doesn't mean that I'm a hypocrite. I don't want you to have the same habit or issues that I had. I want you to do better. So that's something sometimes kids don't understand. They may see this and then they get older. You tell me this, but then you do it too. Where'd you get it? I got it from you, okay, Dad? I got it from you. Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs. Just say no. Corny. So Meech handled it like a man. He didn't fall into that. He saw Pops. Pops got scared because he thinking, oh, snap. He about to snap. All this stuff you've been telling me about, be a better man, church, women, drugs. And here you is in the same exact spot I'm in. Smile on your face. Look at you. Now, Meech could have walked over there. Hey, Dad. Hey, how you doing? That's my dad. Hey, Dad. You like titties too, huh? Where mama titties? Mama got titties. Where mama titties? I'll go ask her. Mama, where mama titties? But he ain't do that. He looked like, oh, snap. Pops? And then just leaned back. The dude he was with didn't even know what just happened. Only Meech and Pops. Pops got scared and left because he didn't know his son was a G. He operate like a man. And not too many people operate like a man these days, including his pops to a certain extent. So that's one of the first instances. Look at him. God damn it. I got busted with the tickle bitties. Oh my God. The Lord is punishing me. The Lord knew it. The Lord knew I shouldn't have had them big, voluptuous, juicy, chocolate, Hershey Kiss gumdrop titties in my mouth. I saw her when I tried to leave. I told her, look, I'm married. But she called me. She just called me. And I turned my head and I said, come here, baby. And now look what it's done. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. My marriage is over. I shouldn't have kicked the boy out the house. Damn fool. But meet your boss, man. I love that, man. So many people, first instinct, dudes. Daddy, where my mama titties, huh? I also, you was telling me about this and that, being with one woman. What you doing? You all up in, look like 2 or 3 women with a big old smile on your face. But that's the first instance. Boss moves. Boss moves. You say that Jimmy Swaggart voice. I have sinned. I have sinned. I have sinned. I have sinned. Please, I've sinned. I've sinned. Oh, I like to have young boys in the bathroom. So I don't know, man. They go to the next move. You know what I'm saying? That Beach, you know what I'm saying, ended up showing the boss move. Let me show you. Pull up the pictures, man. And so Meech and that's a two-parter. That's a two-parter because Meech didn't even tell Terry. He didn't even tell Terry, and they tell each other everything. And he didn't even tell Terry because when Pops was like, you talk to your brother? Oh, okay. Okay, I'll see you later, man. I had the car warmed up. You need anything? You good? You good? You need help pushing the beds back together? I heard you split them again. I'm gonna get you a full-size bed next week. You no more twins. No more twins. Get you a full size. You don't have to push them together. I know you fall between. You like the love making all over. I'll talk to you about that one day. At least you're not only getting missionary. That's the good thing. At least you ain't only getting missionary. I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you. Never settle for missionary. You never go back. That's the last mission you ever have when you go missionary. That's your last mission. We see Meech, of course, we all know when he went to go meet with, you know what I'm saying, Escobar. Now, Meech already told Goofy Terry, don't bring no guns, which that was the stupidest thing ever. Because what would you do if you had a gun and you were surrounded by 30, 40 people? What you gonna say? I'm gonna take one of them with me. So don't get in the coffin with me, shoot. No, only thing gonna save you is that mouthpiece. That's what you can shoot off to save you. And Meech already understood from day one, from going into the gate, which that's showing a different level of understanding between the two. Terry is very book smart. And sometimes book smart people get on my damn nerves because they think they know everything. They don't listen. They think they know so much because they learned and got some good grades and turned in they got dang on homework. So what? You could do homework. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Yeah, you did homework and you did this and that. Great. Proud of you. But it's more to life than homework. You also have to have experience and also understanding and dealing with people. So Meech may not have had done his homework in school, but he mastered his homework in life, which will get you farther than those A's sometime in school. I know some people that was on the honor roll and doing good and had good homework. And let's just say I know myself and a lot of other people that weren't doing all of that that have done better and have had more financial success, I will say, in life than those that did all of that. So I don't know. Sometimes people do it for the love, whatever the case. Anyway, Terry thinking he know everything because he so book smart. He thinking, well, you don't go into this without a gun. Whereas Meech has already realized the game and his smart master level, person of the streets. Whereas Terry is a rookie. He just stopped doing homework, literally. So, no, he's not a rookie completely as far as dealing with the dope game. He's a pro. So I'm not going to say and downplay Terry that low as in he's a complete novice. They are close. I'll say they are very close in their level of the game and of life. But Terry will excel in the numbers, and that's where you can start to see that now, which we will later learn that is what he was kind of doing, running the business and the numbers. And Meech was making the connections and making everything happen. Now, you can always say which come first, the chicken or the egg. Who's more important? The person that's making the numbers or the moves, or the person that's getting the connects and actually making the things come together? You could say that person is making the connects and making things come together wouldn't be able to keep it all together if you didn't have a money man. But you could say the money man wouldn't have no job if the person didn't bring all the stuff together. Same thing with who's the reason why they fell apart. Meech, the flashiness, the connections, or Terry with the money, the ledgers, the bookkeeping, the phone records, brought them down. So, but Meech may have brought the attention. Nevertheless, we see that he was smart. Don't bring a gun. You ain't going to shoot your way out of this. You ain't going to get on the plane and get out of here shooting with what, 2 revolvers? So, it did show also that the times were different and that you were able to sneak a gun on the plane. This is before 9/11 by far, because ain't no way in the world you probably will be able to do that. Again, I don't know. I never tried. I don't really look into how many stories of people that have, but I'm under the impression that it's a lot more difficult to try to smuggle some guns, especially on an international flight these days. Anyway, we see after he already, one problem Meech got is that gift of gab is an amazing tool to have in life. But when you know that you have it, it can also backfire. And so before they had that meeting, he ended up trying to get some drizzles from that fine ass female at the bar, who of course robbed him. It was a setup, and they learned everything about him. Well, again, Meech able to talk, and they put him in the pool, bucket naked. I thought he was bucket naked, but it turned out he did have on some trunks or some type of drawers. I was about to say, I want to see the black man pina. I heard the black man has a mandingo pina. Let me see. Huh? Let me see. You were there, my cocaine. Pull out the mandingo, huh? Oh, chinga way. Hey, the story is true. Okay. They call you Meech. You have a lot of Meech left, huh? Anyway. We see he get in there. First of all, a lot of people may have been caught off guard, maybe, or may have not realized, or maybe a lot of people did realize it. And I'm just thinking maybe they didn't. But this is a life or death situation right here. Like, this is his death right here. He's going to die, both of them, right now, depending on how these questions are answered. Like, that's what's going on right now. They got you stripped down to your most vulnerable state to make sure you're not wearing a wire, so they know nobody's hearing this. Nobody knows you here. They could either drown you, kill you. They could do whatever they want to do with you based on how this goes. And what can you do? You literally stripped down to your, nothingness. You know what I'm saying? And dude was even pissed. And then the whole conversation started off bad because, K9 cousin was selling Meech out, telling all kind of fake info so that he could be the connect and make Meech pay the K9 bill and get rid of them. So, for one, that right there is a hell of a spin. A lot of people might have held that information in their head and thought, oh man, he set me up, but not, try to negotiate or play that card. But Meech let it out on the table there. I ain't with dude. I came here for me. I'm coming here to you like a boss, like a man. I'm here to work. And so dude, when he hearing that and looking at dude, that's impressive to a person that operates like that, And so when he looking at Meech coming at him saying that, and then Meech saying he want 100 bricks, he like, nah, I got 300 for you. So, yeah, that was supposed to have been K9's if K9 was supposed to be doing what he was doing. But that don't mean he had to give it to Meech. Yeah, he don't want to let it sit there and not move it. But at the same time, he could have probably just gave Meech the 50 up front and said, let me test you out first. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he want to move it, but I mean, look at him. It ain't like his electricity bill gonna get cut off. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'd be all right, and he could survive a drought or survive a little bit of longer of not moving his product than to just jump in the pool, jump in the deep end, literally with some dude that he don't trust, let alone 300 keys. Like, that's so much money. Like, even if he was getting it wholesale back then, let me see. I'm about to pull out the calculator for that. At 10,000 a key back then, at 300, you looking at, what is that? 33 million? 300, 3 million? I got so much stuff. I gotta put on my glasses, y'all. I'm getting old, man. The doctor said I needed some glasses. I'm getting old. Yeah. Hey, Tim Simmons. Shout out to Tim Simmons. He said this scene reminds me of Power with Lobos. That does. And of course, these are both written by the same people. And these shows do have a lot of similarities. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was done on purpose to try to maybe put something similar like this. Because of course, we don't know if this is how they actually met or not. So maybe, maybe not. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was something they figured would be cool as a way to meet. I think it was pretty interesting and cool. So good way to point that out. Shout out to Savannah Rivers. Black Pride said when Meech was like, I'll pay the 20 million out my profits, I was like, yeah, Meech different, to put the debt on his shoulders to secure the weight. Hey, that's a great point right there, Black Pride. First of all, 20 million ain't no joke, even today. First off, 20 million is real big money today. Back then, and what is this, 1988, 1990, 20 million, that would probably be equal to like at least 60 today. And he said, I will pay that debt out of my profits for a dude that they want to kill. Yeah, he's different. That's boss move operations right there. Because he didn't have to do that. But he know K9 was a mentor to him when he didn't have to do that. Although K9 was kind of not the best mentor, let's say it to be that way, to say it nicely. I wouldn't hire him for lessons on how to run my YouTube channel, okay? But let's just say that he did get some connects. He did learn a few things, did pick up a few things. Meech is like a sponge. And although they weren't together long, because of being there and in that position, he was able to meet the connect and be in a position to get where he is now. So in reality, if K9 would have never embraced him and had that mentorship role, Meech would have never known about the connect and the money and all of that going on, never known about how to meet, none of that. And so in a way, he didn't have to. That's about men and operating. You don't do stuff because you have to. You do it because you know it's the right thing to do, or because you know this person did this, that, and that for me. So I'm going to give them the credit or look out or whatever, because they didn't have to do that when they did that for me. So I appreciate it. A lot of people don't show appreciation no more when somebody mentor them or look out for them or do whatever. They just bounce or be like, oh, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So Meech didn't do that. He could have bounced when K9 was trying to look for him at the end and talk. Meech went to go meet with him. He could have not went. Meech could have easily avoided him, or instead of went there and see him face to face, talk to him on the phone. But no, that ain't what happened. He went to go meet with him. You know what I'm saying? Miss Smith, what you say? What you say, Jay, about all that? No comment, huh? Hey, I must have missed something you said. Stan Jackson said, preach, brother Jay. That's right. Hey, for real. So that 300 keys, man, he definitely, he's now K9's boss. He didn't have to go see K9. He could have avoided him on the phone just not too long ago. It was a situation where I could have avoided somebody on the phone and not talked to them and did this, that, or the other about a situation that could have, been a tense situation. And what could they have done? They couldn't have done nothing really. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. So I don't do that to people. So I called them. I didn't want to. I didn't want to hear this or that or whatever, but I called them not to be like, hey, look, I'm like, hey, look, what's up? Hey, and we talked. Wasn't none of that. Able to talk it out, work it out, and move on. You know what I'm saying? You'll be surprised what happens when you come and deal with people the right way or deal with them like a man. And it don't always work because you may be dealing with people that don't know how to operate properly. So it still may backfire. But when you deal with people, or at least if it does backfire, that's on them. They can't say you was shady or you did this or that, and that's the key on why Meech went to go meet K9 at the end for that third boss move of the episode, because he didn't have to do that. What? K9 was going to try to send people after him and look for him and things? Like, he wasn't probably going to do that. But Meech went to go meet him. He didn't have to. But he went and saw him face to face. And to be real with you, the actor that plays K9 does a great job at being an intimidating force. Put a 1K if you think K9 is an intimidating dude. Like the way he carries himself, the way the actor is portraying this dude. He carries himself as like a dude you don't want to play with. Like, I ain't the type of person that's gonna say, "Oh, like, I'm not afraid of anybody. I don't fear any man on earth." That's true, but I'm not stupid. I don't mess with people or do certain things because of this. I'm not afraid, but I am aware, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put myself in harm's way or mess with a psychopath or somebody like that if I didn't have to put myself in those situations. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Anyway, he walks up to dude and meets him straight toe to toe, eye to eye. And K9, I mean, come on, man. This dude shot his own mama in the head and said, get your ass up and give me some more food. Pretty much. What? Okay. What? Oh, God. What? What? Come on, man. I mean, that's gotta be TV. that couldn't have been real. And she back bandaged up. Here you go, baby. I wouldn't even want her to serve me food. She putting battery acid in my damn food. I got a little something for your ass. Bust my head. I told you my head hard. I put a little period blood in there. Ooh. I'm going to bury your drawers in the backyard. And I'm going to take your belt. I'm going to take your belt. That'll do it. That'll do it. I'm cool. Wicked women putting period blood in stew. Don't that make the stew witches brew? Anyway. You know what I'm saying? But Meech went to go see K9, aka Psycho. Shout out to Michelle. K9 is a psycho. He is. I agree with you, sis. He is a psycho. I mean, who in the I of course I can't. I ain't even nowhere near on that level. But just imagining just shooting any woman or man, but a woman, let alone, that's not like coming to kill you. If a woman coming to kill me, hey, you put you put yourself in the damn kill box. But that's for anybody. You got to defend yourself. But he shot a woman that's just walking around, may have talked a little something in the head in front of everybody. And then talking about, man, let's go get this money away. Forget her. Dude is a psycho sociopath. And wow. He's not very rational. I agree. Shout out to my man Reggie M. But he know where that bread is buttered, baby. And when Meech went to go talk to him like a man, he did test Meech to see what Meech was gonna say. Now Meech did go with backup. He had the PA boys and Terry just in case. So he wasn't just completely, you know what I'm saying, naked. I give him credit there. He kind of had a little Terry with him that time, but that was different because it's a closer to possibly escaping this if you had the shootout than if you was in another country and try to do it. Nevertheless, we see that he went toe-to-toe, talked to him, and K9 knows that he owes Meech. But he tried to test Meech to see if Meech knows that he knows he owes him. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of mind games in the game. You know what I mean? I was younger, and I only was dabbling for, a microsecond. I never will say I was doing this or that, or made this or that, or was doing this or that. So whatever I did for a microsecond, whatever. But I did learn a lot of these type of lessons, though, and come across a lot of this. So here's what's happening. He's testing Meech to see, do you really know? Do you really understand what you have and the position you're in right now? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you come across people that may have something. I'll give a simple example that everybody can relate to. You may come across, for example, the antique or something at a flea market or at somebody's yard sale, and they selling it for $10. But before they didn't have a price or whatever. So you walk up to them and like, oh yeah, I like this, what it is. Now you know that that's worth money and it's valuable, but it's no price, and you don't know if they know. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to be like, oh my God, you got this and it's worth such and such. How much? Oh, such and such. So you see what I'm saying? You go up and you be like, oh, okay, this is nice. How much is this? It's All right. How much is this thing? Oh, $2. Inside you. I'll take it. Whatever. I'll throw it in with the line. Yeah, kids will get it. Inside. So he tested Meech to see if he knew, actually, you're a boss now. Actually, I owe you. And actually, I really can't do nothing to you to connect. And if I tried, you know what I'm saying, I'm supposed to be dead. And so when he came in Meech and was like, yeah, what happened with that? You know, you supposed to be doing this deal. What happened? And then Meech telling him, and then he like, oh, okay, what happened with my cousin? And he like, yeah, well, you know, he was backstabbing, you know, this, that, and the other. He like, I knew you'd say that. So he testing to see if he know where he is, also seeing if he real, if he gonna tell the truth. And he saw Meech knew where he was, who he was, didn't lie. He was a G on every level. On every level. And all he could say was, all right, damn, you a boss now. And all he could do was go sit his ass down and eat some more of that busted head food. Get some of that busted head food right there. Straight up. You see, if Lamar and K9 would fight, Lamar would win. He bust that bag. He squeezed that boo-boo bag. Savannah say the mom said you told K9 to shoot me. All my life I had to fight. Hey, for real. K9, man. Yeah. I like how he actually recognized Meech saved him. And didn't try to, he did test him, but after he realized Meech knew what was going on and was going to stand on his square, the test was over. He let his guard down. All right, you a boss. We out. Because he know basically going to have to come to him for work now. Miss Smith said, folks, please. Was that one of K9 girlfriend on the ground he shot in the head? Okay, I'm going to pull it up. That's a good question. I thought he said mom. That woman was older than him. I got a picture of her, let's see, with the head busted. Let's see what she looked like with the head busted. And then I'll go to the picture with her before the head is busted. So there she is right there. He definitely is a coward. Shooting a defenseless anybody, especially a woman, is just horrible. Now they did say, well, the mob say no women, no children. I mean, damn. He bust this woman in the head. Now, some people may think this is auntie. You guys let me know what you think. She damn look like Meech mama. Pretty woman. Didn't deserve to get shot in the head by this ninja with this big ass Mercedes Benz Slick Rick chain. You got this big ass Mercedes Benz Slick Rick chain on and snap. But he didn't bust that woman in the head. So let me see what she looked like before. Now, Teresa said, he said, you just shot Aunt D. Which I did hear them say that. That's what the cousin said. But I was thinking the cousin called her an aunt because that's his auntie, which means it could be K9's mama. Am I right or wrong? Because if my mom, sister, if my cousin shoots my mom's sister, that means he shot my auntie, right? because my cousin and my auntie. So that's what make me think that's the mama. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's what make that more crazy. Cause he said you just shot Aunt D. Like, dude, you just shot your mama then. Unless they have multiple siblings. The mother had multiple siblings. And that's just one of the aunts they call Aunt D, but it wasn't his mama. Which could be possible. Exactly. Or another sister. That's a simpler way of explaining what I said. The silver bullets got me. I see, didn't nobody know what movie I was talking about, huh? When I said silver bullet. None of y'all saw that movie, Silver Bullet? So, we'll see. But this dude is nuts, man. Who's more nuts? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Who is more crazy? K9 or Kanan? Y'all put it in the comments. Put K9 or Kanan. Remember, Kanan smothered that old woman with a Jesus Saves pillow after bringing the groceries in. I mean, come on, man. Come on. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Now, we did say K9. I mean, well, yeah, K9 is crazy by shooting that woman in the head, his aunt or his mama, whoever that may be. But smothering the old woman with the Jesus Saves pillow, wow. And then setting up shop in her apartment like it ain't nothing. What'd he do? Throw her body in the guest bedroom and told no nobody go in there? They having parties in there. Wow. I don't know. Let me see what y'all say in the comments. Let's see. We got, y'all really like this one. You want a silver bullet? All right, let's see. We got Nelwyn said K9 shot his mama. We got Taji Lyle said K9 easily. Black Pride K9. Savannah K9. Edith Kanan. Stop shouting K9. Tim Simmons Kanan. Cheryl Kanan. K9 would have killed Tariq. Well, yeah. I wish he was on that show. I can't stand Tariq. I call him Tariq. T-A-WEAK. Tariq. I don't see how. I just never could support no little punk like him. And he killed his father. Come on, man. I don't know how many men out there with sons be like, it's all right. You can kill your dad. You can kill me. I'll forgive you. Kanan killed his son and that old lady. Thank you, Tim Simmons. I would say it's Kanan. I think a lot of people have recency bias. We always seem to think the worst of whoever we watching in the moment. Brown Pretty. Damn. I'm going to have to start doing my giveaways. And this is a good time to mention it. So since I'm a member of the SAG AFTRA Guild for actors, they send me a lot of movies and screeners and stuff. And I be having a lot of that stuff sitting around. And I'm going to start giving them away randomly. I'm not going to advertise or none of that. I'll just start doing it. Moments like this. Here's a bunch of them here. I got Elvis. I got movie seasons and stuff. Black Panther, all kind of movies they send me all the time. And so I'm gonna start. You see all that stuff? I'm gonna just start giving them away. So it'll be moments like this where the silver bullet is remembered, but the werewolf and Corey Haim in the wheelchair and Gary Busey before his drug addiction took over and them big ass teeth grew. It was a great movie if you was young and dumb and a kid. Silver bullet. Shout out to Brown Pretty. I got to start to get these together. So I'm going to start doing these giveaways, movie giveaways and other things. But it's only going to be for my loyal people. And how do I know you're loyal? Because you be watching. And I didn't advertise as a giveaway. When you advertise as a giveaway, all type of people come that you ain't never seen before. So I don't want to give them nothing. I only have to give people that come all the time. All right. I'm going to go with Kanan. But it is what it is. K9 ain't no joke. Don't get me wrong. K9 ain't no joke. And it's close. I'm going to say they like this. Doop. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. The silver bullet is talking to me. I'm going to put on my glasses, man. I'm getting up there, y'all. I got another video coming tomorrow. Another live. What y'all think of my glasses, man? How I look? I can't see. I didn't read in glasses. Some of these letters be getting little. I got to pull the paper back. I'm like, oh, man. I remember when my mom used to do that. The time is nigh. But you know me, I got to give none but the swoosh, baby. Got to be in style. Anyway, shout out to all of y'all that came through watching live tonight, all the regulars, all the new people. Definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming through. Definitely hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I mean, people subscribe if they want. They ain't gonna subscribe because you say it. So whatever, do what you like. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you had a couple good laughs, learned a little something, talked about a little something, all of the little somethings in between. And you know what I'm saying? Keep coming through. Because I got all these movies and stuff piled up. And to be honest, I was going to throw some of this stuff away. And then I started thinking, man, it would be great to do this instead of doing other type of giveaways. So I got a lot of stuff planned. If I could show y'all behind the scenes, all the stuff going on, it's a lot. It looks nice and neat here. That's the art of movie magic, okay? I got a lot going on. But it's almost over, and then the fun begins. Take these off, man. I only need them when I can read. I was trying to read these little letters over here. All right, y'all. Deuces. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later. We got a lot of dope shows coming. I will be reviewing Snowfall this Wednesday. As soon as the episode is finished, I will be giving my first reaction, as well as while the episode is airing, chatting on the YouTube channel and Facebook. So come on through. And also, I will be doing my first reaction live at around 1 a.m. for the next episode of BMF. So come on through for that. I always do the first reactions immediately after the episodes, as well as I got to catch up on The Godfather of Harlem.
Hey, they got to get the Doogie. I no longer want the Doogie. I no longer have the French connection. Bumpy Johnson is now moving coke.
Open up my window again. That's my Forrest Whitaker impersonation.
I want to make sure that you all have all the Doogie in the area. Joe Colombo, I'm no longer dealing with him. Okay? Open up my window again.
I got to catch up on Your Honor, many other movies, TV shows along the way. I also got some other things that I'm doing totally different from reviews, that hopefully I can have on the works by this summer. And I think it's going to be hilarious, a lot of fun. I can't wait to do these videos, and I think everybody's going to really like those. So I got a lot planned this year. I think this is going to be really good, and I appreciate everybody for coming through and having a brew with me. Later. I'm out of here. Deuces.